Welcome to this edition of the Native News Update. I'm your host for today's program, Paul Demain. Many of the stories read here today can be found at our website at indiancountrynews.com. Here are some of the news stories from the Associated Press and other Native news sources. A Vietnam veteran received an automatic life sentence for strangling a woman on the Lumi Reservation in 1987. A jury convicted Henry Keeler Red Lightning, 60, of Bellingham, Washington last September, and U.S. District Judge James Robart issued the sentence this week, the U.S. Attorney's Office said. Red Lightning confessed to the long unsolved killing of Rita DeSange in 2007 when confronted by FBI agents. DeSange's body was found in a slough of the Nooksack River. Red Lightning told the FBI he sexually assaulted and strangled her while giving her a ride home from a party because she kept asking him about his war experiences. Roosevelt County, Montana authorities are asking for help in locating a 20-year-old popular man who has been missing for more than a week. Roderick Red Star was last seen on March 14th walking on Wolf Creek Road north of Wolf Point. Sheriff Freedom Crawford said the county's search and rescue team, Fort Peck Tribal Police, and Tribal Fish and Game, along with numerous volunteers, have been searching for Red Star. Searchers have covered about 250 square miles of terrain by plane, all-terrain vehicle, and on foot. Dogs were also involved in the search. A federal appeals court in Denver, Colorado, has rejected another request from an American Indian man seeking to have his assault conviction overturned following reports that jurors discussed racial stereotypes at his trial. In October of 2007, a jury convicted Kerry Dean Benally of the Ute tribe of hitting a Bureau of Indian Affairs officer with a flashlight after complaints he was driving erratically. A day after the verdict was delivered, a juror reported that the foreman and another juror had made derogatory comments about Indians and drinking during deliberations. A lower court granted Benally a new trial, and the government appealed. In November, a three-judge panel of the 10th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals reinstated Benally's conviction, citing a rule that prohibits jurors from testifying about their verdicts. Benally asked for a review of the panel's decision by the full 10th Circuit, and in a ruling issued late last week, his request was denied. Rising water in Oak Creek has forced some residents from their homes on the east side of Wakpala on the Standing Rock Reservation in northern South Dakota. Resident Christopher Plentychief had to ride in a payloader to get into one of the homes to receive some medications. Water also surrounded his mother's home. Marina Plentychief said she didn't want to leave her home, but she said that she had fought the same battle in the flood of 1997. She said if the floor in her house gets wet again, it's probably going to fall through. Resident Eugene Laframboise expects extensive damage to homes and the land before all is said and done. His home is also surrounded by water. Check out what's happening in California with On Native Ground. Their new home is California's only tribally owned and operated radio station, KIDE 91.3 at Hoopa Tribal Radio. The On Native Ground program debuts on that radio station on Friday, April 17th, 2009. You can find more information and download them at www.kidefm.org. An American songwriting legend and longtime advocate for human, civil, and native rights, Pete Seeger turns 90 in May with a star-studded one-night-only concert event celebrating his life and legacy on May 3rd in Madison Square Garden. This one-time concert event will benefit and raise awareness for the Hudson River Sloop Clearwater, an organization founded by Pete Seeger which strives to preserve the Hudson River. The Clearwater Concert, creating the next generation of environmental leaders, will feature over 40 artists representing a wide variety of music, including Joan Baez, Ben Harper, Arlo Guthrie, Emmylou Harris, John Mellencamp, Bruce Springsteen, and the Native American Culture Alliance. As part of the celebration of National Women's History Month in March, Southern California Edison, or SCE, is recognizing employee Deborah Ben for her professional leadership and work in the community. Ben, a Navajo, was born and raised in Southern California. She joined SCE 24 years ago and now serves as a Disability and Family and Medical Leave Act liaison in the Long Beach Regional Office. As president of the Native American Alliance, an employee affinity group at Southern California Edison, Ben has been proud to share her Navajo history and culture with her co-workers. Under Ben's leadership, the Native American Alliance held 3 lunchtime workshops on genealogy and history at the Huntington Park Library, led by an expert from the American Indian Resource Center. The Alliance also raised money to donate to the Southwest Foundation and to the American Indian Scholarship Fund of Southern California. In the coming year, Ben plans to have the Native American Alliance focus on community involvement. On November 4th, the Alliance will host the 3rd annual celebration of National American Indian Heritage Month at the SCE headquarters in Rosemead. The Cherokee Nation of Oklahoma is contributing more than $3 million to 107 school districts in northeastern Oklahoma that fall within its boundaries. The funds distributed to schools were generated from the sale of Cherokee Nation car tags over the last year. Principal Chief Chad Smith said the investment in education will help create leaders and increase the quality of life for the tribe and its neighbors. About 21,000 Cherokee students are enrolled in area schools. Smith said the money will aid all students and staff in those schools. Since 2002, the Cherokee Nation has contributed more than $16 million through the car tag program. We got a couple powwows left over from yesterday's read on this upcoming weekend here. If you're out in and around Missouri, you've got the 19th Annual Washington University Powwow. That's at the Athletic Complex in St. Louis, Missouri. There's also the Red River Intertribal Powwow coming up at the Armory in Wichita Falls, Texas. And we have the 25th Circle of Nations Indian Association Powwow. That's going to be on March 28th at the University of Minnesota at Morris, Minnesota. And again, if you're going to have some free time on your computer or at your television, stop in and watch the live feed coming up this Saturday, March 28th for the Winter's End Powwow here at the La Coudray Reservation. We're going to be broadcasting that live in the Powwow digital player, and we'll start at 2 o'clock and run probably until about 9 o'clock that evening. So join us for that live broadcast feed this weekend. And that's the latest roundup of news from Indian Country on this edition of the Native News Update. Stopping again real soon. See us. We want to thank our underwriters for helping us with this broadcast today.